Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Tonight's show, we're talking sexual health resolutions, new sex positions, and how to have more sensual sex. Thanks for listening. Okay, something you might not know about me. Not only do I love toys in the bedroom, I also care a lot about bedding. There's nothing like really good sheets. I mean, think about it. You spend more time on your bed sheets than anything else you own. And, not to mention, having a comfortable bed with nice quality sheets is a huge turn-on. So one company, Boll & Branch, has reinvented the sheet and bedding game with the sole purpose of making your nights more comfortable and luxurious than ever. See, Boll & Branch sheets are different. First of all, you can only get them at bollandbranch.com, so you know you're paying for quality sheets and not for overhead. They cut out all the middlemen department store markups, which are like 800% crazy. And quite frankly, they are literally the softest and most comfortable sheets I've ever felt, and they get softer every time you wash them. Like, when do sheets get softer? They usually get bally. These get soft, and I love them, and I don't want to go to bed. And they are so confident at Boll & Branch, you'll love their sheets that they'll let you try them. Free. 30 nights. If you don't like them, send them back. And it gets better. Go to Boll & Branch right now. You get 20% off your entire order. Sheets, you get blankets, you get towels, duvet covers, anything, and free shipping. And all their products come beautifully packaged in their signature boxes. Go to Boll & Branch. Use promo code Emily. So 20% off. That's Boll & Branch, BOLL, and Branch, BRANCH.com. Use promo code Emily, 20% off. Do it. Thanks for listening.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. We can check out all of our podcasts. We've got so many. We've got 10 years of podcasts, blogs, videos, everything to help you have better sex. And sign up for our mailing list because you will love our emails. Just got to say that. So, Happy New Year. I'm with Anderson.
What's up, Ed?
Hi, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Happy New Year.
You're like a whole new lady. I love you.
Yeah?
It's like I haven't seen you in so long.
I
forgot
know,
what you look
right?
like and everything. Yeah.
You like my haircut?
Your haircut looks... You getting straightened? Is that
Yeah,
what you did?
it's straight and
How
short.
do they do that? Do they have to damage the follicles?
No, I got the straightening thing on it so it won't be like frizzy and stuff.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
It looks like somebody from Friends or something.
People say I look like Courtney Cox my whole life.
A little
from
bit.
Friends.
I've never seen it before.
No, now you see it?
Till this haircut. Yeah,
I
this
get that a
haircut
lot.
brings it out.
I know. Thank you. Yeah, check it out. Go to my Instagram. We should take a photo, a new photo with
Perhaps
hair.
we'll do that. But I don't
Sex
have
with
new
Emily.
hair, though.
You
My
look
hair's
cute,
the same
though.
old hair.
You're
Thanks.
adorable.
Thank
I missed you. I missed you. Like, my heart is like, oh, my God, Anderson. I get excited.
We've only talked, what, once since...
Yeah, and I was going to come meet you out one night, but I was like
yes.
all freaky. It was like right before
Bitch.
Christmas. I wanted to because I was like, how fun. Anderson at the Improv right up from my house.
Yeah, my very dear friend Mike Carano was doing a live show at the Improv.
So sad I missed
were gonna
it.
come.
I love Mike Carano.
He
He
was
took
good.
great pictures of the live improv show that I did. And that podcast just came out last week, and it's kind of awesome.
It came out?
Yeah.
I need to go back and hear it.
I know. It's really, like, people are freaking out. It's
That
really
was kind
good.
of a blur, so I got to go back and revisit
Dude,
that.
talk about
Yeah.
blur. Yeah, we're moving into the 11th year now of Sex with Emily, and I'm glad you're
People
here. How
are
was
still
your...
having sex, so it
Dude,
works.
they'll always be having sex, and hopefully
Revolving
better
door.
sex.
Yes.
You know what I love? I get emails all the time, as you know. We'll be reading some of them tonight. That people are like, "Thank you so much. Ever since I've been listening, you've helped me. You've changed my sex life." And I always want to know what was the one specific thing. Like when they say that, I'm so glad, and that's why I live and exist. But what was it? Were you like, "Oh, that's how you do oral," or do more foreplay? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, that'd be a good poll, almost. Or
Yeah.
have people just write in an email for advice,
Yeah.
or write in like what's the thing that has learned and helped you the most in the bedroom.
Can I just tell you that would help me so much? Feedback at sexwithemily.com. If you just like the one thing you're like, oh wow, that helped me, or I didn't know that.
I'm curious is what it would be.
I know.
I bet it's a lot of dudes saying you made it so that she'd give me anal.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Em. High
Exactly.
five.
We're having threesomes every weekend. It's awesome. That could be it. So yeah, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No, I don't do those, but I am going to quit smoking next week.
Oh, this is the second annual quit smoking,
Yeah,
or is it every?
I don't like to do it with everybody else on the first. Plus, like I'm still hungover a little bit on the first, so
I
I
hear
need to
you.
wean myself. But I'm doing it staggering it. Like I'm starting to eat good again this week, and then next week I'm going to eat better, and then the following week I'm going to stop the boozing and the smoking. So
you're stopping boozing too?
I can't quit one without the other, because as soon as I have a few,
for how long are you going to quit?
I got to have
like
the
you're going
real
to
thing.
AA sober or go?
No, I don't have that kind of problem yet.
Not yet.
But something is new with me, Em. I believe that you commented on my Instagram there. I started a brand new show, which is pretty exciting for me. It's been a long time since I started. I got a couple other shows that I do. I do the Film Vault, as you know, and the After Disaster, both relatively successful. I actually make a living.
I wouldn't talk to you if you'd have a successful
on the Film Vault. Without the Film Vault, I can't pay the rent. I mean, I actually make a living on that show. But I started a new show called Cinematics. It's like cinema with the CIM, and then addicts, like a drug addict, or like what you just suggested I was.
Okay, right.
And it's with my friend who I've been friends with for 20 years now. He's an actual film critic. He's the real deal.
Okay.
And we're only covering movies that are coming out that Friday. So we're going to be doing
so smart.
2 to 3 new movies that are about to come out. We're going to release it on Wednesdays. The first one went up on iTunes last week. And it's Cinematics, and it's just... I
think
passion,
first of all, that's so smart.
Passion, insight, and access, because we have full access. We get screeners of these movies before they come out, so we can give you the heads up and talk about them without spoiling them. So it's going to be for the real movie lovers and people that want to be abreast of what's going on. It's there. And my co-host, he's an insane man. He's a crazy person. His New Year's resolution, and he's going to stick to it, 1,000 movies. He's going to watch 1,000 movies this year.
How the hell do you do that? Was it 3 a day?
Yeah, he's doing 3 a day. He doesn't have a wife. Poor girlfriend.
But you watch 3 a day, basically, don't you?
No, I don't do that. I try and do 5 a week.
Right.
He's going to do 1,000 movies this year.
Oh, my God.
Cinematics, check it out.
Is he cute? Does he have a girlfriend?
I think he's an attractive, nice man.
I've been trying to watch more movies, and...
I'm not going to hook you up with him, because then no more movies. He'll just be watching all day.
I want to watch more movies.
Oh, I see.
No, my goal is to watch more. In fact,
Easily attainable. You just push play.
I can't sit down. I don't come home and think turn on the TV. It's like outside my box. And then
what do you do when you get home? How does Em unwind?
I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
No.
You know that you took offense earlier in the show, or before the show began, when I said that you're a little high strung?
I was like, really?
You're like, I'm not high strung. What do you mean high strung?
I was so surprised, because I wouldn't think of myself as high strung. I would think of myself as a little stressed out sometimes. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, synonymous.
Interesting. Because I was a little late because...
I was hoping for a new M and a new year.
Well, no, I did. Do you want to hear
the
reason why I was seemed high strung is because I've been I meditate. Mm-hmm. And I usually have a really regular practice, but I've fallen off the meditation wagon the last month or so. So tonight I got home from work. This is how I unwind. Mm-hmm. And I turned off my phone, which is huge. And I sat and meditated.
Off or ringer off?
Ringer off, dude. I don't even know how to turn it off. You kidding me? Like, you gotta know how to turn it off? God forbid. What if it doesn't turn back on? Oh my God. And I laid down. I laid back to my meditation, and then I fell asleep.
That's
and I woke
fear.
up.
That's
it
why
was
I don't
8:05. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, I could have, because I
8:05?
Yeah, that's it. And then you said, do you want tacos? Which I probably missed because you texted me 20 minutes earlier. I was like, yes. But then I got here in time, barely. But I could have slept through midnight, through the love line, everything. So I'm glad that I'm here. And that's why I might have appeared high strung, but not normally. What else?
Let me, before we'll move on and get to sex, and hopefully you have some cool sex in the news. Let me just let people know that you're not the greatest communicator sometimes. But I'm going to give it to you because you were sleeping and whatnot. You just explained that to me. But I said, here's what I write to Emily. Grabbing food and rushing over. Then rushing over. I'll be there at 8:20. Want a taco or 3? Her response is, yes, OMG, 8:22. How? 8:20 and then the word 2. How am I supposed to interpret that? Did you want tacos or not?
No, I wanted tacos.
Okay, I got a taco for you.
You did?
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
for me,
so
but I can
hungry
give it to
because
you.
I was going to eat in that half hour that I fell asleep after meditation.
I've never seen you eat anything other than a chip.
Well, I always eat from the vending machine here. That's all there is.
One chip at a time, and it takes her about 30 minutes to get through a bag.
No, because the show's on, so I don't want to crunch on the microphone.
Good move.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm so glad you got me taco because I'm hungry. So, Sexual Health Expo this weekend. Sexualhealthexpo.com, January 16th and 17th. This is very exciting because this is our 4th one. We started last January in LA, gone to 3 other cities, bringing it back home. It's been an amazing ride because every city just gets better and better. Top sex educators for 2 days teaching workshops, plus all the toys I talk about, plus and more, are going to be there. It's open to the public. There's nothing else like this. Feedback at sexwithemily.com. It's the 12th right now. You've got a few days. I can give you a free ticket if you want. If you email me why you want to go. And I'll be there doing a live show on Sunday the 17th from 1 to 2. So I hope, and I'll be there Saturday too, cutting the ribbon. So I'll see you all there.
So as soon as you get out of church, go have a little brunch and then head right over to She.
Exactly. Church and sex, they go really well together. So that's what's happening. Also, I just want to point out that if you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter at Sex with Emily, I'm perplexed why you're not.
Why would you not?
And you should. And you should also check out my Facebook, facebook.com/sexwithemily, because that's a good time there.
I saw a picture of you with Menace last week.
I'm sorry. No. You guys got along at the show. No? Did you talk?
It was in public. We put on a good face in public.
Can I tell you a weird thing, speaking of you?
Yeah.
The other night, I haven't been sleeping great, but I woke up in the middle of the night, and I literally was like, thought to myself, if Stanley were here, I would sleep so much better.
Stanley's
and then
my dog.
And I had like a tear, like I miss him.
Oh.
And I really wish you weren't as attached to him as you were, or that you left town more often.
I'm leaving town in February.
Can I watch
5
him or you
nights.
bring him? Can I watch him?
He doesn't have a home as of right now. You want him?
Yeah. What are the dates? We'll talk after.
Okay, we'll talk after.
Because that at 4 a.m, my best friend's a vet. I'm like, Charlotte, I'm ready for a new dog.
Get one. Get a dog.
Because the
Emily
fact that I
comes in
miss
here.
Stanley, I wasn't like, I want a man here. I was like, I want Stanley.
Emily comes in and talks like this off air quite often during Loveline and during the breaks when she's in here. And Dr. Drew, I don't know if you noticed, but Dr. Drew is adamant that you don't get a dog. And he's always like, hey, yeah, I know you love Stanley, but Stanley's a very rare dog. There's not many dogs like Stanley. Don't go out there and try and think you're going to find another Stanley because you're not going to get one. Don't do that. Don't get a dog. It's like, shut up, Drew. Let her rescue a dog.
Well, because the thing is, I already rescued a dog once, and he knows the history.
He's in heaven now, right?
No. He's in Palm Springs, actually.
Is this what your mom told you?
What?
She's like, he went off to Palm Springs, Emily, to live.
No. This was like 4 years ago. When
I know.
I
still.
Yeah, she's like, Emily, we're taking the dog. No, it was Daisy. I love her. She's a Jack Russell. She was a puppy. She had so much energy. And I was obsessed with being a really good dog mom. So I walked her 800 times a day because she had so much energy. It was too much. And I just moved to LA. I had no money. I had to pay for dogs. In San Francisco, she had like a baby daddy. She had. So here it was hard, and I couldn't find a place for it with a dog. And
send her off to pasture.
No, this couple loves her in Palm Springs. I still get pictures. The point is, I think Drew knows that story.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm more mature now.
I think you could get a dog, and I think you should get a dog.
Yeah, so
I think you should.
That's what I want.
Do it
for the new year.
Do it.
Okay, so
and then go to dog parks and you meet like weird random dudes with dogs, and you can bring in stories.
I was Miss Dog Park in San Francisco. I had all my dog park friends.
It's good for the show. Get a dog for the show.
Okay. It's done.
Yeah.
So Charlotte's like looking for one because she works at a shelter.
Would you give her a profile?
Remember we called her about your rat?
Yeah. My cat brought in a half-dead rat, and I was trying to nurse the rat back to health. And Em's like, I'll call my vet friend. She'll tell us what to do.
She's like, I don't know where you're going to take the rat, Anderson.
No one cares. I hate seeing things die. I hate it
know,
so much. My cat brought in a parrot. Remember I told you?
I know. You're a good man. Okay, so let's sex in the news, which I know you love.
Yes.
This is a really interesting study. Lots of sex reduces the likelihood of prostate cancer, which is one of the most common cancers that, for
Dudes
men.
have, yeah.
So you can avoid getting prostate cancer by popping off at least one orgasm a day.
Doesn't have to be sex, guys.
Just masturbating. I know every guy wants another excuse to rationalize your excessive masturbation. No,
Should I not? Oh, it's good for the prostate.
Yeah, exactly. Scientists claim that having sex and or orgasming once a day can drastically reduce your chances of coming down with prostate cancer. Scientists claim there really is such a thing as sexual healing, as a study showing ejaculating once a day could reduce the risk of UK's most common cancers by nearly a quarter.
How do they do that study? Do they take a bunch of dudes who are like, hey, no beating off for you? We're going to come back and test you in 40 years.
We're going to get into that because scientists at the Harvard Medical School, I know you like to trash some of my studies, but they found that men who ejaculate at least once a day have a very low chance of developing prostate cancer. They reap the benefits of me time as sex itself isn't required, just an orgasm. So this is a game changer for prostate cancer. And the data shows, men who ejaculated more than 21 times a month were 22% lower risk of getting the disease.
Sweet.
So if you need any more excuse, there you go. Okay, this is a funny one. Well, I shouldn't say. I hate when people say it's funny and then if you don't laugh.
I'm wondering. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about the last question, the last news.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how long it's going to take before a rapist actually uses this as a
Oh,
defense
God, that's
in
so
court.
sick, really?
But yeah, he's like, hey, I had to because I had to get off to just make sure that I don't get prostate cancer. You know it's going to happen.
No, dude,
Eventually
rapists,
someone's going to
there's
use
so
it.
many other... No, that's terrible.
Someone's going to use it.
No, I
as a
can't...
defense.
First of all, the fact that your mind went to rapists using it as a defense, I thought you were going to say, oh, I could hear guys, justifying to their partners why they're watching so much porn. But no, you went to rapists, which is
Well,
dark.
I always go extreme.
You're so
Gotta
dark.
I'm sorry. Okay.
But
I can't wait for that to happen. Send
know what?
an email to Emily when that story happens, when somebody uses that as a defense.
yeah, do it if that happens. Let's hope that doesn't
Because they killed Harvey Milk, and that guy tried to say it was because he didn't have a Twinkie, or he did have a Twinkie and he had a sugar high,
The
right?
Twinkie defense,
Yeah.
the guy who, what was his name? The city supervisor who shot him. What
James
was it?
Brolin.
No, not James Brolin. He's the actor.
Josh
it was
Brolin.
No.
That's who played
I
him, I
read a
think.
film, a documentary about San Francisco politics. Doesn't matter. But yeah, the Twinkie defense, they had too much sugar, and
see?
that's why he killed him. Okay, ready. So
Next sex in the news.
Amazon customer service rep gets revenge on a shopper by placing a 10-inch dildo in his shopping cart.
It's a bonus.
It's a boner. It's a bonerous.
A bonus.
It appeals. Okay, isn't that funny though? He's like, how am I gonna get back at this guy? I know, 10-inch dildo.
That's
kinda
cute.
funny.
That's cute and light. That's not dark, right? Oh,
No,
unless it was. Was it
it's
black?
funny.
Was it a big black one?
Well, it's really veiny. You should see it. If you Google this story, it's so funny because my intern showed me, Jamie, she was like, check this out. I'm like, oh my God. And the guy, well, listen to the story. So a spiteful customer service rep did not appreciate negative feedback from a shopper. So they made the customer happy by giving into all their requests. Just kidding. The representative put a ginormous 10-inch dildo in his Amazon shopping cart.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was there was an IT contractor in Ireland at Amazon, and the customer named Pedro was disappointed that his book arrived. It was the wrong edition. So he complained to customer service, right? He was frustrated and Pedro kept emailing customer service. He was really dissatisfied. He really left a really negative service.
Was the book my How to Get Over Your Fear of Dildos?
Unfortunately, they didn't say what the book
I
is.
want to know.
But what happened was the next time Pedro opened up his Amazon account, there was a dildo in his shopping cart. But not just any lousy dildo. Oh, no. It was Hulk, 10.25-inch hung, huge dong, black. Oh, it says it's black, but it wasn't black
see?
when I saw the picture. Yeah.
It's dark humor.
That has a retail value of $61.99. Go big or go home.
It
I
should be-
guess
it
it
should
gets
be
worse.
$69.99.
Here's the problem. He was at the office in an open space with people behind
Oh,
him.
sure he was.
A guy and
Come
two girls
on.
were sitting by me when I opened up Amazon, and they saw the content of the basket.
Fuck you, Pedro. You're
Yep.
lying.
He's like, that's not my 10-inch dildo. He thought if his best friend did, it'd be a funny joke. And
So they tracked it back to this actual
he did not
Amazon.
purchase. I guess so. They did not purchase the dildo. We don't know what happened to the Amazon rep.
You gotta imagine he was let go.
Oh, I'm sure he probably was let go. But I thought that was
I like it. I like that very much. I don't believe Pedro. I think he's trying to make it a bigger deal than it is because he's a little bitch who's complaining about customer service. I mean, I was on the phone with Time Warner Cable today for an hour and a half. Never once did I think, oh, I'm going to write a terrible review about them. I'm just angry inside.
But don't they send you, like, how was your day with, don't they send
They
you that?
don't when it goes poorly. I noticed that.
They really don't. Do they? That's a good point.
Yeah.
When you're like in and out, like I talked to Verizon, they're like, here's our customer. I'm like, I love you guys.
Only when something goes good, I get the little survey thing like 10 minutes later. When it goes bad, I never get the call, which I'm happy with because I hate those calls.
I know, I hate them too. Dealing with that stuff is the worst. Like I need to call my health insurance for like a month now, and I just can't do it. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that. You seem okay though for being on the phone for an hour and a half. Was it today?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some mini topic here that I'd like to talk about: sexual health resolutions.
Okay.
Because sexual health is so important, and I know people make commitments every January. They're going to exercise more. They're going to
hate
get
that.
healthy. They're going to quit smoking.
My gym is so
They're going
crowded
to do all
right
these
now.
things, and they want a happy and healthy New Year. And I'm all for that. Oh, the gym! I heard the other day the
So
gym
crowded right now.
couldn't even park in the parking garage. 5 stories of cars.
I'll go back 2 weeks from now. I'm going to go every day.
Yeah,
but 2
everyone's
weeks
going
from
to die
now,
off.
it'll be
No, it's annoying.
so annoying.
So
Such
I think
herd mentality.
I know, but here's the thing: it's important to be healthy, but wellness in the bedroom so important. So I want you guys to have better sexual health in 2016. Okay, so here's some things you can do. I'm just going to give you some tips, and this is something I don't know if I announced this yet, but I am the sexual health editor now for About.com.
Okay.
Which is the 5th largest website in the world.
About.com is giant. I've landed on there by
Gigantous.
mistake numerous times.
Yeah.
Not by mistake, but
no,
I'll
but you
Google
Google
something
shit, it
and
comes
then,
up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually honored, and I do 4 stories a month or eight stories the first month. So check it out, About.com. Click on it because I have good stories, and also I get some points if you.
Help support them by looking at the about.
That's all you gotta do. Just click through it when you're like watching porn. After you watch porn. But no, so the first one, I'm just gonna give you a few tips.
Okay.
More self-pleasure. Not just because of prostate cancer, but a recent Indiana University study, 94% of men and 85% of women admit to masturbation. And masturbation has numerous health benefits. For women, it helps prevent cervical and urinary tract infections.
Forearm strength.
It does this as arousal, promotes fluid circulation in and around the cervix, clearing out bad bacteria. Should give you, I know,
come on.
Vagina and bad bacteria. I'm sorry.
The bad bacteria being
also,
flushed out of the vagina.
Lowers the risk of diabetes, insomnia through hormone and tension release, and many other benefits. The other thing is, which I talk about a lot, it's the best way to learn your body and maximize orgasms. Now, I'm talking about mostly for women. Guys kind of figure it out. But,
pretty simple.
But for women, it also just like going to the gym. The more you do something, the more you're going to want to do it. So if your libido's been suffering lately, you're not that into sex, I promise you, the more you get busy with yourself, the more sex you're going to want. And also, even if you're solo, totally, not even if, great, learn your body. Learn your other erogenous zones, how to have a million different kinds of orgasms. There's so many.
As a lady, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Do you have any idea how foreign that sounds to men?
I know.
Do you? I mean, you do this for a living, so I guess you do. But I think a lot of women don't realize just how foreign that would sound to a guy. Because it's like, why would I need to make an appointment? Why would I need to make sure that I do this? Because it's such a great thing, and I do it all the time.
Because men just like don't even think. Like, men use it as like stress relief, or you're like you don't even. You're like just do it. But for women, it's more. It can be more complicated, and our brains are not as like focused on the sex thing. Like, it just doesn't have, we just get boners in the middle of the day and think, oh, I got to go home or I got to go in the bathroom, whatever you do, pull over on the side of the road.
I know guys like they'll be like at the gym and they'll see a girl in yoga class when they're just walking by and they're off in the stall beating off.
I wish that happened to me.
I swear to God, that's not me. I do know guys that
No, I
that
know
do
that too.
Not me, though. It's not
but the thing is, whether you're alone or partnered, more sex has been frequently linked to greater happiness and health benefits. And so, this is my next one, sorry. Was scheduled sex. But it's not just if you're alone or partner. You should just schedule sex, which is also really foreign to you, I'm sure, because I'm sure you have lots of sex with your partner. But regular sex also lowers blood pressure, decreases stress, and leads to better heart health. And also people who have more sex report higher levels of satisfaction and happiness. But if you're flying solo, like I said, schedule time. This is, again, for women, but sexual exploration. You know, in the bed, in the bathtub. I talk about this all the time. Different ways that you can learn. Just because you know the one way that you orgasm, use your hand, use toys, you know, and don't make orgasm the goal even. If you're like, I don't feel like it, just spend some intimate time giving yourself a breast massage.
Light a candle.
And scheduling sex with your partner might seem unromantic, but it can have a stimulating effect because then you know that you're having sex. You're like, okay, Saturday nights. You're not frustrated during the week, but you're like, I know it's happening Saturday. So it's a little bit of a, you know, what is it?
Spontaneous?
Foreplay. No, but it's not as spontaneous, but it's more like it's like foreplay. Yeah.
If you're a lady and you do this, because the guy doesn't have to know that it's scheduled.
Oh, that's
true. For the most part.
You're like, I'm giving out on Saturdays.
You make your own schedule. Don't even let them know about it. And then you just make yourself available. For the most part, most relationships, unless you're like the Ropers from Three's Company, most relationships, the lady wears the pants as far as when they're having sex.
Yeah,
right?
It's true.
So if
you're setting the schedule, that's fine. But just know and start like, you know, if you've been like, we're only doing Saturdays, then start thinking about it in the middle of the week. Like start whatever turns you on, reading erotica, watching porn. The more you think about sex too, the more you'll want it.
For sure. Like anything else. But you're not talking about like people who are like, oh God, Saturday's coming and I have to have sex soon. Are you? There are those people.
No, I'm talking, there are those people. But I'm thinking like if you feel like you have kids or you don't have enough time or whatever it is with your partner, just say we're going to do it on Saturdays. You can tell them about it, because I know that there's a lot of people who are in relationships where they feel like there's a lot of pressure from the partner and they're always saying no. And so this way, if you know you're having it on Wednesdays and Saturdays, while it might not seem sexy, again, you know that it's coming, so you can be thinking about it and building towards it. Mm-hmm. So when I first started my show, people will talk about scheduled sex. I'm like, that is such a buzzkill, a boner kill, but it actually isn't. The next thing is sexual resolution, sexual health is increasing your libido. So if you're not getting in the mood as often as you'd like, there could be emotional factors, environmental factors that could all be contributing to this. So take a look. First of all, number one, are you taking any medications? Could be birth control, which is the silent libido killer. No one knows that birth control could do that. Talk to your doctor. See what else it could be. It could just be a lot of medications can cause you to have low libido. Also, are you eating right? If you have a diet, fresh vegetables. Like your diet's going to get much healthier. Whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins. It will
Lower is how you say it.
lower your cholesterol, blood pressure, reduce the risk of diabetes, and all those risks. It will also release, and reduce all those risks, but also it will release endorphins, helping you feel happier, more relaxed, and wanting to have more sex.
The eating good.
Yes.
Yes. You know, it's crazy how quick it happens, too. Like, within 24 hours of just changing your diet, you feel like a much better person.
I know.
It's amazing how quick you're talking about how you fell out of the routine of your meditation. And it's so crazy to me that, human beings, we're smart, evolved animals. We still are so stupid when it's like, how do we all do it? We're like, hey, we know this is really good for me, but I'm going to fall out of the routine and just stop doing it. Like, why? How?
I don't know. And it's like,
I've been out of my routine for 4 months now. I put on 22 pounds and I feel like hell.
You did?
Yeah,
you don't look like it.
Oh, thanks, kid. But yeah, and I know I'm doing it. It's so weird. There's something psychologically deep in there. You know what I mean?
It's true. When I was meditating every day for 15 years, I've been trying to do it every day. But for about 3 months this year, I was right on track. And I was like, I feel so amazing. It's because of this. And it was almost the next day that my brain was like, oh, I'm not going to do it. It was like sabotage. Like, that's what you're saying. Our brain is like, this feels so good. This feels so good. I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
Can I miss something real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So I started eating good 2 days ago, right? It's a week and a half into the new year. That's like the first step. And it's not that easy. Like, so last night I had, a few drinks and the wife, she had gotten, those big cookies that you get from Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
They're like 8 inches and
I
then
can
the
imagine
shape
the size of your head
of a pizza. So they have they'd cut it so you can take slices of the pizza. She had it in the fridge and I had one, right? And it was really good. So I went and had a second one, and then now it's half gone. So I'm like, you know what I could do? I could eat the whole thing, and then tomorrow I'll go to Pizza Hut. That's today, and I'll buy a new one and I'll just take one slice out, throw it in the trash, and then replace it in the fridge. She'll never know. And I did that.
You did?
Yeah.
She doesn't know?
She has no idea.
You literally.
Is that sad and sick?
Yeah.
I ate the whole thing and I did the calories. I counted the calories. 883 calories.
Oh my God.
Right before I went to sleep.
Could you? I can't.
On top of the Jameson whiskey.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you really snuck, this morning, 10 a.m., you were the first customer at Pizza Hut?
No, she's at work all day and I have days free. So I did it 3 in the afternoon.
And she doesn't listen to this podcast, so she won't know that cookie was actually a fake. I can't believe you threw the piece away.
Yeah, I felt kind of weird. You know what? The weirdest part was when I walked out. Thanks very much for my giant cookie. And I walked out and immediately opened it up, took a piece out, and I was afraid that they were looking and watching me. And I was afraid they were going to think, what a fat ass. He's about to eat it. But then I threw it in the trash, the one piece in the trash.
And you were not tempted to have another bite then?
No. Today, during the day, I'm not drinking. And it's like, I look at it,
when you drink,
that's
it's
poison.
a trigger.
That's poison.
I can't believe you did. That's the best story. I'm trying to think if I've done it. Well, I've never lived with anyone where I've had to share anything. So, no.
I just rather.
Just in hotel rooms when I used to take stuff from the minibar, before you would touch it and they would charge you, I'd be like, I'm gonna go buy M&Ms downstairs because they just charged me $5 for the M&Ms.
And then you feel vindicated because you get a good deal
on
it.
Yeah, I got a deal. It's such a Jew. I hate when they charge you so much.
I was just mortified at the idea of her waking up or later tonight, getting home and seeing there's one piece left or 2 pieces left. So I'm like, I got to fix this.
Chick, what happened to healthy diet?
There's only one way to fix it. That's
I love that you actually followed through with that. That's awesome. Okay.
Ashamed. Got a lot of shame.
But I love that you're talking about it. Mm-hmm. Was that cathartic?
No, not really.
Okay.
Makes me feel worse.
Well, another sexual health practice for the new year. I'm sorry that you feel. Really?
No, I'm okay.
I love that you're so open and honest about that. I feel like I want to. Let me see if something comes up.
Sexual health practice?
No, I was going to see if there's something I could admit that I've done like that, but nothing's coming ahead because I'm kind of perfect.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to agree.
Okay. Well, I know.
You wear all of your faults on your sleeve.
I do?
Anyone, yeah. Anyone listens. If they listen to you long enough, they're going to hear you talk about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty much, open about it.
You're the real deal. You are what you like. People ask me what's she like off air? I'm like, the exact same.
Exactly the same.
Her head's not in her purse as much on air, but she's pretty much the exact same.
I went to hear my friend Anna do a storytelling last night, and in the middle of the thing, I put my purse down on the floor in the middle of it, and I started digging through it. Mm-hmm. And I was with Ross, the guy, and he looked at me, and I saw him just go, what are you doing? I had my light in my purse. Mm-hmm.
I see homeless women do that all the time.
I know.
Too.
I'm homeless. Yeah. I'm like a homeless person, but there's a lot. I am a bag lady. There's a lot going on in my purse. Okay, before we get to the next one, which is actually my favorite tip for sexual health.
Save the best for
I've got to tell you about one thing here. And I just want to thank you all for supporting our sponsors who help keep this show free for you. But this is one that I'm crazy about. It's my new toy
Oh.
If you've listened to the show the last couple months, you've probably heard me talk about this toy. It's called, it's a unique product. It's called the Womanizer.
Oh.
A while back, the owners of the company asked if they could send me one to test. And of course, I always say yes.
Right.
I said yes. I agreed. And as you know, I own and I review a lot of toys. So I was fairly confident that I've tried every category of product around. I was wrong, Anderson. I was wrong.
The Womanizer's new.
The Womanizer, designed in Germany, and unlike anything else in the market, it indirectly stimulates the clitoris using suction.
We have no time for wasting.
Well, that's funny. Keep this. It's kind of like a sexy ear thermometer is what it looks like, if you could think of that. It has a silicone cylinder on the face that you place over your clitoris, kind of like how a partner might use their mouth, or at least
an octopus.
It's kind of how we would wish partners would use their mouth. That's why I think it's so good. While it's on you, you vary the suction, move it around to create this like amazingly just intense experience.
It's literally
And
sucking you.
Most women in the focus group achieved orgasm in 1 minute. It's like the 60-second orgasm.
Can you stand up? Does it stay attached? Like, is it suction you that much?
No, it's not like that. No. So back to me. I tried the Womanizer, and they weren't kidding. It's amazing, Anderson. It's kind of like if I dreamed of how I'd want a man to like know my clitoris.
Right.
This toy like knows me.
It's like the Mercedes of sex toys.
Yeah. So the suction is adjustable. You can position it to create so many different sensations, which is so cool. It's just its own category. Like I've tried every toy. There's nothing else like it. I suggest you check it out for yourself. Go to sexwithemily.com. Click on the Womanizer banner for more information. It's also available from womanizershop.com. That's womanizershop.com.
Shop.
Also,
so you say it earns its name.
well, here's the crazy thing about it is that when they want to send to me, because I get every day people want to send me toys, and I don't get to all of them. And I can tell. I'm like, oh, I've tried this, I've tried that. And the weird thing is that the name is like kind of weird. In Germany, it means something different. Here, it's like that douchebag you dated in college, the Womanizer.
Right, the Womanizer.
But this toy
It's fitting.
has sold more than any other toy that's only been out for a year. Crazy numbers. Every sex educator I know has been like, have you tried the Womanizer yet? So it's like got this buzz.
Right.
Literally.
I get it.
So it's amazing. I just have to say, and it sucks your clitoris. Okay.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
What if there was like a new organic sex toy company, right? And you're like, hey, you want to send me a product? Sure. And you just got like a zucchini in the mail. You open it up.
That wouldn't be
Do you
body
give that a
safe,
shot?
though.
Do you give it a shot?
No, you can't put anything inside your vagina. Bodies.
Good
Thank
answer.
you. Okay, thank you. I've learned something. Okay, guys, are you ready to mix up your masturbation routine, guys? This is for the men. The number one sex toy for men still is in 2016. The only one you want is the Fleshlight. It's a masturbation sleeve. Use it solo or with a partner, and it simulates the sensations of real sex and was engineered to look and feel like the real deal. And they have a lot of products now. They've got the stamina training unit. It helps you last longer during sex. They got this discreet one called the Flight. They've got the Go, which is compact on the go. And now there's the Quick Shot. It's open-ended, a male masturbator. It's like the size of your hand, and it's geared towards new kind of self-pleasure. You can use it solo or with a partner. It takes hand jobs and blow jobs to the next level. I'm just saying, there's a great blog on my website about it. Madison wrote it, and she's like, I hate giving hand jobs, but this changed it. Every woman has a vibrator. Every man should have one of these. Go to sexwithemily.com, click on the Fleshlight banner, use code Emily, and you get a free bottle of their award-winning Flesh Lube. How about that? Okay, back to sexual health resolutions.
Yes.
This is my favorite one. What do you think it is?
How in the world would I know?
Kegel exercises.
Oh, kegs. Yes, I should have known.
It's a few minutes a day. Men and women can do it. They increase their sexual health by completing these simple pelvic floor exercises. There are so many benefits to them. For women, increased sexual sensation, more frequent orgasms. It strengthens your vagina after childbirth. It helps post-menopausal women maintain lubrication. They build your pelvic floor, which atrophies over time. So you just have to do them. And for men, they improve erectile dysfunction, increases your ejaculatory control,
Oh, you can
and
like, aim
prostate
better?
trouble. Yeah, you shoot across the room like you were 18. I have an iPhone app called Kegel Camp, which you can download, and every day it will remind you to do it. It pops up on your phone. There's
Spell
20
that for
levels.
people. They're looking for it.
Kegel Camp.
Camp.
K-C.
You didn't get like crazy with a K.
You know what? We thought about that, but no.
Yeah.
No. Number 5, I want you guys to practice the 5 resolutions. Practice safe sex, you guys. So let me just tell you something.
Just do it. Just
If
put it
something
on.
hurts, see a doctor. Don't shy away from asking awkward questions. We hear this on Loveland all the time. They're like, I don't know, I'm not going to go to my doctor and talk about my penis.
Well, that's guy
yes,
talk.
you should.
Yeah.
For women, regular breast exams are essential. Starting young is a good baseline. You got to do all of that. And also, you guys know birth control and always use condoms. You just don't know if someone says they are tested, you can't believe them.
And if you're young, you might have to try 4 or 5 birth controls before you find one that works.
That's true too. People, when I took birth control when I first started in college, I didn't know that it would like decrease my libido, which it did. I didn't know. I mean, it did make my breasts
Some
like
make
2
you
sizes
fat,
larger.
Some make you skinny.
It made me
some
fat
make you
with large
lactate,
breasts.
Some make you horny. Some make you shut down.
Yeah, but no one was like, "Oh, there's other kinds."
You never know
No.
until you try a few.
So if you are a woman right now and you're taking birth control, you're like, "Why don't I want sex?" Or you're having some side effects, go back to your gynecologist, wherever you got it. And there's so many different. Everyone's body's different, reacts differently. Let's try it. Okay, so emails now.
Boom.
Good time for emails. I love you all. I love when you email me. I love hearing from you. I love reading emails. Feedback at sexwithemily.com. Include your name, where you're listening from, and how you listen in the email. It helps us. The
And your
first
sex.
subject
And your sex.
of 2016, Anderson, in our emails. Ready?
Male or female?
Face sitting.
Ooh.
It's from a woman.
Okay.
Dear
I would hope.
Emily, my partner and I just started getting close and talking about our favorite things to do in the bedroom. He told me that he really likes it when a girl straddles his face and rides it. I've never done that before, and I'm really nervous because as basic as it sounds, I don't really know perfectly what to do. Do I ride his face like I would ride him? I know it's a dumb question, but the more we have sex, I know the day will come when he's going to hint at it. Help. Sincerely, Katie.
Watch Alien at the end with the face hugger thing that goes on guy's face.
That's not
right?
gonna help.
It's very similar.
Katie, this is not a dumb question. I mean, to figure out the logistics of a new or unfamiliar position is very valid. People ask me about, altering positions all the time. And I love that he's into this because let's be honest, face sitting, it's all about her pleasure. I mean, he gets pleasure too.
Evidently, if he wants it.
If he wants it,
Yeah.
I love that. But I get why it's weird because you're like, does he need to put like a snorkel on? Because
You
you'd
can
think
breathe.
she'd smush him.
Yeah. Well, she's a big girl.
Well, I don't know, but you don't have to ride his face like you'd ride him in cowgirl position. So you're not going up and down. You're not like aggressively going back and forth. There's no penetration, so moving up and down is unnecessary. Make sure you can breathe, but maintain contact the entire time with your clitoris because the focus is your clitoris. Let's be honest with this. The range of motion will be smaller. So you're not like sliding all over his face unless you want to. It's just making sure the clitoris, tiny circles.
You're not bathing his face.
No, unless he wants you to. Right. Little thrusts forward and back, they'll stimulate your clitoris while also giving him the feeling of being ridden. Mm-hmm. And don't feel this is another thing that I think probably is her question is like she doesn't have to hold all of your weight. Like, Katie, you don't have to be like,
If she has any quad strength at all, she'll be able to pull this off, right?
But, she can put some weight on him by sitting back onto his chest. She can put pillows under her knees. She can lean forward onto the wall,
right.
That's what I've done.
So that's what you're thinking. She should be facing away from him rather than back towards him.
No, facing him.
No. But I'm where if she laid down her head, she wouldn't be on his peen. You know what I mean? No 69, but sitting up. She should be, because there's 2 different ways. You can do cowgirl or reverse cowgirl.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm thinking that she's like
so
looking,
she can just focus on her stuff and put her hands on the wall like you said.
Hands on the wall. Yeah, that's what I've done. And you can lift yourself up. You can put pillows under your knees. Mm-hmm. That's what I suggest.
Okay,
go for it. Ride that mouth.
Yeah, a lot of girls just don't get the guys. Some guys have like oral fixations and they're really into like.
Why
getting
haven't
up
I met
and
the
in
guy
there.
with?
A lot of guys.
I've met some, but not enough.
A lot of guys, and a lot of people in general. If they have an adversity to something, like if they don't an aversion to like semen or body fluids, they assume their partner does too, and a lot of the time it doesn't line up that way.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I've dated guys who are not as into oral, and I'm not as into them.
Yes.
Okay, we understand that.
Okay,
Okay,
guys at least got to fake it, and ladies, you got to fake it that you love the oral too until.
Fake it until you love it, until you're married, and then you just stop.
And then it's in the agreement.
Don't stop oral pleasure ever, okay? Unless you both aren't into it. They should start dating. We were talking today in the office about online dating sites. How there's like now dating sites for everything. Mm-hmm. There's one for big guys, like it's called like 8 inches and over, 8 and over.
Yeah.
But maybe there's one for like people who don't like oral. Match those people
right?
up. Yeah.
At least message boards.
They're like, you don't want blowjobs and you don't want cunnilingus? I'm down. Let's get married. Okay. So, dear Emily, another email. My name is Kristen. I'm 26 years old. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years. I've been listening to your podcast for the past 5 years, and we've both benefited big time from your advice. We're constantly inspired with your new ideas to mix things up and are big fans of the occasional hand job. Sorry, Menace. Menace is anti-hand jobs.
Why? He doesn't like the old-fashioned?
Well, it's a long story.
Okay.
This new year, I'm focusing on taking more time out to up the romance in our relationship outside the bedroom to inspire us even more inside the bedroom. I'm planning bi-weekly dates, including staycations at nearby hotels, dinners out, couple road trips, and I'm running out of ideas. If I were to plan the perfect date night, what should I include? What's the science behind great dates and keeping things interesting when we've already been on 4 years of fun and interesting dates? Thanks for everything you do to make the world a better, sexier place, Kristen.
Where's Kristen calling from?
She's in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yep. I think it's a great question. And Kristen, thank you for listening to the show and your support. I appreciate it. I'm so glad
Is she doing all the work here, though? It sounds like she's like the planner, and he's just kind of going, where are you taking me
in
next,
every
Kristen?
relationship, but okay.
Where are we going?
I think in every relationship, this isn't true. I think two planners don't often get together. I'm not a planner.
Right.
But the problem is I'm dating someone who's not a big planner either, so we basically don't do anything.
Don't do a damn thing.
I know, and I'm not a big planner, and so I kind of would like him to plan more. But like, are you and your wife both planners?
I'm a planner.
Right. See,
plan,
there's always one planner. And I don't think that either one of us are planning. So it's kind of an issue I probably need to bring up. But besides that, it's not about me. There is no exact science, Kristen, for the perfect date because everyone's different. The thing is that it sounds like you've already found really interesting things. And generally, a great date has more to do with like the people on the date than the activities.
Right.
But since you are looking to mix things up, couldn't hurt to like explore more adventurous options together because they always say that the more that you or I say, couples who play together stay together. So if you do like adrenaline pumping things, like I don't want to say jumping out of a plane, but even if you guys like played a sport together, you did something that even if you like said that once a week you take some kind of like exercise class or dancing class or something like that, which somebody would say where you get your blood pumping, that could be fun and exciting for you. Who knows? But planning and dates like with new like roller coasters, skydiving, rock climbing, it like I said, it gets those feel good hormones going, the adrenaline, all that stuff. Interactive dates, always a great idea. Cooking classes, sushi making is popular. Okay, here's this, Anderson. You'd love this. In LA, there's now a class. There's a cooking class. You take. Oh no. There is cooking, but there's a drunk
So the cooking
painting
with cum
class.
thing?
No.
What?
Ew, no.
It's not cooking with cum?
Do you
Good.
think I would recommend that?
It's a sex show.
No, you're right. If anyone would recommend it, I would.
It's a real thing.
There is a drunk painting class where you get to drink wine
Ooh.
while you create works of art.
I like it.
Laughter is usually involved.
I'd show up drunk, though. So I'd have
You'd
a
already
little-
be drunk.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I already came
I'd
sober
be like
there.
Picasso painting with my dick halfway through.
David, you're such an ass kisser. You already came here drunk.
You did your assignment before you even got here.
I know, that's so
Hey, they could go to see the St. Louis Rams, who are about to leave town. They're going to come to L.A. and then try and find a place to have sex in the stadium somewhere.
Which is illegal, but you could.
It's illegal, so we're not
Why not,
recommending
though?
that,
But
but
they're
it's your
leaving.
last chance
That's
because they're about
totally.
to bail.
I agree. Learning to do new things
Get a
together.
little rammed in the Ram Stadium, you know what I'm saying?
I totally do. Learning to do new things also, like, it brings you closer together if you're both doing something together, like learning to drunk paint, learning to cook. And don't be afraid to get him involved. Like Anderson said, two heads are better than one. Just the act of, like, talking about the new things you like to experience can also inspire great new ideas together. And again, it sounds like your sex life already great and you're doing these staycations, I would, get a copy of my book, Hot Sex, Over 200 Things You Could Try Tonight, is a great book for something like this because you get on Amazon, you literally just open the page and you're like, well, let's try this tonight.
Right.
So it gives you ideas that are really easy to implement that Anderson uses it.
Yeah, you just flip to a random page. And if you land on a page, something you've already done, you go to the next.
Totally fine. So try that. I
And
love it.
She's been I know she's been
4
listening to you for
years.
5 years.
Yeah.
But they've been together. So that means
4.
that they like each other quite a bit if they're 4 years. Because there's nothing better than taking a good road trip with somebody who you're really comfortable with
love
and who you
road
can just talk.
trips.
And what the wife and I kind of discovered a number of years ago is what we do is we'll fly into a place, rent a car, and then do a big circle. We'll drive like 2,000 miles in a circle back to the airport over like 5 days. You know what I mean? So
Just to check out a new place. That's
yeah,
how you
like
do
we'll
it.
go to like a national park or two, but like we do like a big circle from like we'll fly into Denver and then we'll go up to like Wyoming and through like Yellowstone and then back around. And you're always on the road, but you're very far from where you live.
Right. I love that. Yeah. I love road trips. I haven't done one of those in a while either.
And always bring a new sex toy on a road trip.
Always. Okay. How to get ready
They should sell them at AAA. They should sell sex toys.
They should sell them everywhere.
They should.
Well, they do sell them at like Walmart
Not Toys
now.
R Us. That'd be weird.
That would be weird. How about Sex Toys R Us? That could be my new store.
Oh my God, I bet it exists.
I don't know. Look it up. Okay, now just go to my website to buy toys. Okay, how to get ready for round 2. Emily, I love your show. I've been listening for several years. My fiance and I have been enjoying some of the best sex ever because of the tips and advice from your show. I love you people. Thank you, James. It's awesome. We both tried many new things. Now that the sex is great, we want more of it. The problem is, once I come, it takes a long time to recover for another round. What can I do to decrease the amount of time it takes to get hard after I come? We're getting married in a couple weeks, and I want to make sure the honeymoon is really memorable. Any help would be appreciated. James, 23, Des Moines, Iowa. Okay, so here's the thing, James. All men do need a break after ejaculation to get erect again. This is called the refractory period. It fluctuates from person to person, and younger guys typically have shorter refractory periods. My boyfriend, when I was 25, every time we had sex, he would come 3 times. Just remind me of that. Literally, I had 3 times. I was like, oh, God, here we go again, which is, fine. But it just, as you get older, it's a little more.
That guy.
No, he just couldn't help it. But there are things, James, you can do that trains your body to shorten your refractory period. So for women, when they have multiples, a lot of times there isn't as long of a refractory period. Number 1, diet and exercise. Lots of fresh fruit, lots of vegetables can shorten the refractory period. So here's some levels, some foods that increase those levels that can help you. Those testosterone levels is avocado, bananas, oysters, lean meats, beans, garlic, nuts, fish oil, eggs. Any foods rich in zinc, any foods rich in vitamin D. You could try some natural supplements. Cardio. You got to work out. You need to, strength training increases your testosterone. So all these things will help you. And also Kegel exercises for men. I'm telling you that they will train you to have more control over your ejaculation. It just does. Helps you have stronger, more intense, and even multiple orgasms. I've had guys, my app has 20 levels, Kegel Camp. So it builds over time. And I've had guys email me like, oh my God, I'm now shooting it across the room. It's true. So also you can practice edging, which is like the stop-start method, which means that like when you're masturbating.
Is that bad for your anything? No.
You stimulate yourself until you're about to orgasm, and then you let that go down. Right. And then you start again, let it go down. And the third time you let yourself ejaculate, and then you start training yourself and understanding your ejaculatory response cycle. So that will help you.
Be careful what you do in between, because then you're going to end up associating that with sex. If you, if every time you stopped, you edged off and you went and made yourself a ham sandwich.
No. This is all in one sesh.
Okay.
Don't get up and make a ham sandwich. You're doing this during a masturbation, so that you're getting to the point of no return.
How long do you take
stopping.
a break before you...
just a few... It could be like 2-3 minutes, and then go back up again, 2-3 minutes. And then you start to know your body. And then you can, eventually the concept is if you master it, you can have a dry orgasm and go for rounds and rounds without losing your erection. This takes a lot of practice, a lot of commitment.
I don't know if that's a real thing. I don't know if I think there's dudes out there that claim that they can do that, but I bet they're lying.
I don't think so.
I think they might be. And I bet they have ponytails.
They might. But no, they're not. This does exist. People can do this, but that's a whole life. That's like a lifestyle choice. You do it all the time.
Yeah.
The next thing is just relax. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to have to do it again. If you're getting frustrated, stressed out, or getting hard, it will not help you. Just like anytime we stress about anything, you'll have the opposite effect. And let's just remember this: while you're waiting for round 2, why not please your woman? Go down on her, make sure she's pleased, and you might just turn you on again if you're into oral, which I hope you are. Pleasing her. Boner might just come back on its own. Mm-hmm. So diet and exercise, Kegels, edging, all that. Make sure she's happy in the meantime. That's my advice for you, James. And thank you for listening to the show all these years.
Go over that list of foods again.
Why, really?
Yeah, because
avocado,
there you go.
Banana,
right?
Oysters, lean meats, beans, garlic, nuts, fish oil, eggs. Any foods rich in zinc, any foods rich in vitamin D.
Because I think people can probably remember most of everything else you said, but that was kind of like it was a list, like a grocery list, and some people might want to jot some things down. I should do a blog about this. Maybe we should blog this. That seems like something people love to know what they can put in their bodies so they can get something better out of it. You know what I mean?
You know what? This is going to be on our website.
All right.
Done.
Sex Toys R Us. Sex Toys R Us. When you type it into Google, Adam and Eve shows up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Adam and Eve, we're going to talk about them in a minute.
Oh, look at that.
You're so good. Okay, well, thank you, Anderson. So good to see you again in the new year. Everyone check out Anderson's new podcast.
Good to see you. Yeah, Cinematics. The C, like cinema and addicts.
I know. I'm proud of you.
Passion, insight, and access. That's what we're going to bring you every week. Last week we talked about The Revenant, which is the big new Leonardo DiCaprio movie, which came out last Friday. And I don't have my notes in front of me, but this week we're talking about my buddy's actually taking one for the team. He's going to talk about Ride Along 2. And yeah.
Okay, good. Check it out. Also, yeah, thank you, Anderson. And thank you
That was a
to
terrible plug,
Madison.
sorry.
No, it was good. No, you're just, dude,
Right
it's you.
along too, really.
Who's not going to listen to your podcast?
We're going to make sure we have a sexy movie in there every week.
Perfect. Thank you, Anderson. Thank you, Madison, Lori, Alyssa, intern Jamie for producing the show. And yeah, thanks everyone for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, so let me tell you about the Intensity by Pour Moi. It's the revolutionary product that has become part of my personal favorites I use every day. It's a revolutionary intimate health and stimulation device, takes all the confusion out of kegels, and while it resembles the classic rabbit vibrator, it is no ordinary sex toy. Now, you all know how I feel about kegels. I think I talked about them 3 times on the show. But this product actually does your kegels for you. Do you see what I'm saying? I lean back. It uses gentle electrostimulation, and you just enjoy the sensations, and it feels amazing. It's actually the one thing I have stuck to this year. It trains your body of the best orgasms of your life and keeps you tight down there. It's unlike any product I've ever seen because there's nothing else like it. Check out the Intensity at pourmoi.com. That's pourmoi.com. And again, sexwithemily.com has all this. Next, also, speaking of Adam and Eve, let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough?
Yes.
You might want a little more, though. AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts.
Ooh.
You get a sexy surprise for her, a specially selected toy for him, and something that they both will enjoy. Plus, 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. Number 10, free shipping on your entire order. To get your free gifts, go to AdamandEve.com, select one item, a new toy, laundry, anything, and enter Emily at checkout, and you get 10 free gifts. That's AdamandEve.com. Use code Emily. Thanks for listening.